Hey everybody, welcome back to the Homestead. Today I'm going to talk to you about kind of an embarrassing story for me. Um, but I think if it can help anyone or help prevent this from happening to anybody else, then it might be worth it. Um, yeah, because it really sucked. But essentially, I ended up having a lot of internal bleeding and I became highly anemic. I was losing blood faster than my body could replace it. That's a big problem. And I'm going to talk to you about potentially what could have, might have, maybe caused it. I'm no way saying that this is what caused it for sure because I don't know and I don't want to get sued. But I'll go over some of the details and let you decide for yourself what you think. But a little bit of backstory: when I was in the Marines, I got addicted to Monster pretty bad. I know that might not seem like your typical addiction, like addicted to Monster Energy drink. Yeah, it's a real thing though. I was drinking Monsters pretty heavily. I was up to like 10 Monsters a day when I was in the Marines. I was working out twice a day. I'd eat sushi for lunch and then just pound Monsters, and that was it. I wouldn't really eat anything else or drink anything else. I was in pretty good shape. I was in the Marines. I was working out twice a day. I was burning the energy and everything. But eventually, that stuff will catch up with you. So before it did, I decided to try to be smart and stop drinking Monster. That was a challenge. That took like a year for me to actually be like, you know what, I'm done drinking Monsters. I would quit and drink more, then say no, I'm quitting, and then 2 months later start drinking Monsters again. But eventually, I quit drinking Monsters and I replaced it with sodas, which are just as bad. Oh man. So I got addicted to Dr. Peppers. I was just drinking Dr. Peppers day and night. That's what I would drink. Every once in a while I'd drink water, but it was just Dr. Peppers. I would drink like 5 or 6 Dr. Peppers a day. And I drank them like water. And I shouldn't have. And I started getting acid reflux and stuff going on with my insides. So I was like, man, I really need to stop drinking sodas because as soon as I stopped drinking sodas, the acid reflux stuff dwindled down and then stopped happening. So it's because of the sodas, all the carbonation and all the bad stuff in those drinks. So I went from Dr. Pepper's sodas to, I was like, okay, well, what is a sugar free alternative, but something that tastes good and can also give me energy? And for a while, I was drinking coffee, but coffee gives me the jitters and stuff like that. I don't really feel good when I'm at work and I feel anxious and jittery because of the coffee. So then I went to powdered sugar mixes with, you mix with water. And that's when we got this Crystalite Fruit Punch. And this one particularly has caffeine in it. So I would drink a bottle of this every single morning. Every morning. It replaced coffee. It was my morning coffee. And then I would drink this nonstop. Now, normal people don't only drink one thing, but that seems to be my one addiction is I pick a drink and then I just stick to that drink and then it turns into that's all I'm drinking. I went from Monsters to sodas to this. Now, all before I never had any kind of internal bleeding issues, but once I started drinking this about 3 4 months in, that's when it happened. Now, again, that's all I drank. You shouldn't do that, and most people don't. So where the fault lies is with me in the end. But I was just drinking that, and my stool went from an average brown to really, really, really dark brown, black, dark brown. At first, I thought, oh, maybe, I don't know, something I ate. Your poop changes color all the time. It's normal. It'll go back to normal. And so for a week or two, I didn't think nothing of it. I thought, oh, it's just that color this week or whatever, no big deal. But it didn't change back. And then I started seeing dark red blood with it. And then that's when I got really concerned. But still I was like kind of holding off because I hate going to the doctor for anything. I like just letting things take its course, and your body recovering naturally if it can and all that. I guess I'm just stubborn and old. But I was still like, okay, well, let's give it a couple of days or whatever. But it didn't go away. It got worse. And I started getting lightheaded and dizzy, drained all the time. And then it got to where just doing average, normal day things was wearing me out. I'd walk across the house and it felt like I ran 3 miles. I'd be out of breath. My heart would be racing. It would feel like I just got done working out. When you work out really hard, you work out your muscles. Your body is fighting to get oxygen to your muscles. It's pumping blood really hard to your muscles. And that's what it felt like just doing normal things like walking. Every time I take a shower, it felt like I ran 3 miles and worked out in the gym for an hour. It was just exhausting and draining, and I didn't know what the hell was going on. And so my wife actually put two and two together and said, "Hun, it's because of that or whatever." So something had to change. It wasn't my diet, my food. I eat here home cooked meals on the homestead. I don't eat really a whole lot of junk food. Um, yeah, most of our food is a lot of it is fresh that we grow. So it's not like it could have been food or anything. So the only other thing that I was intaking in my body was this powder mixture stuff. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to just straight water. And we set an appointment for the doctor to see the doctor. But I quit water, or I quit that and stuck to only water like 2 days before I went to the doctor. Um, and sure enough, like 3 days after I stopped drinking that, and I was only on water, I stopped bleeding. So when I went to the doctor, they tested my blood and all that and everything, and it came back, yep, I'm highly anemic. I couldn't work for like 2 weeks. I couldn't do anything really. I couldn't do anything here on the homestead, which is very irritating. I hate not being able to do stuff that needs to get done. But yeah, I was out of commission for a while until I was eating a lot of liver and other things that give your body iron and helps your body produce more blood cells. And I was just trying to catch back up to the blood level that I needed to be, and it took about 2 weeks before I could actually like mow the yard again. But again, I'm not saying that it was that for sure. I don't know. But I stopped drinking it and I got better. Now, if you drink that like normal people and not only, you don't drink it exclusively, you drink other stuff as well, then you probably won't have any issues. But just in case there's somebody out there that's pounding this stuff down like my dumbass was, stop. because it might potentially maybe cause you some freaking issues in the future. I just want to put that out there. But I also stopped. I've been taking Excedrin migraine since I was in my 20s because I get migraines, and that's the only thing that can stop my migraines before they gets too bad. Well, I stopped taking Excedrin migraine as well, so that might be part of it too. Who knows? But I've never had that issue from taking Excedrin, so I really don't think that's the issue. But who knows? I'm not saying anything for sure because again, I don't want to get sued. Um, but I just wanted to throw that out there. It's kind of embarrassing, talking about personal stuff like this for the whole world to know. But again, if it could help anybody, then I think it might be worth it. Be careful what you're putting in your bodies. Man, we, I'm not young at all anymore. And it's a learning curve, learning and figuring out that your body isn't invincible, You got to pay attention to it and pay attention to what you put in it. So I'll be happy if this helps anybody. And just be careful in what you put in your body and do it in proportions, healthy proportions. Don't overdo things or go too hard on one thing, like I did with just only drinking it. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Short video, but I just wanted to say it, put it out there. That way, if it if anybody else needs to hear it, they can. But with that said, I hope everybody has a great day.